What's going on? It is Jason. Yeah. Adiga, that's a mighty good unpack. I don't know if anybody's gonna be in the live because you're all probably watching the Super Bowl. We're not going to talk about anything about the Super Bowl because maybe some of you haven't watched it yet. I don't want to do any spoilers or anything like that. The only spoiler that I am going to talk about is the halftime show. I was not a fan. The dude's cool. Bad Bunny, Funny Bunny, bad, whatever his name is. Super good. Super wholesome dude. And I just did not care for the halftime show. I just did not like it, and it was not it was not something I enjoyed. So I was a little disappointed. Let me just hop on here. But I'm proud of the dude for getting up there, doing his show, whatever he's doing. Just totally commend him. Have respect for the style, whatever it is that he's doing. I just didn't care for it. It wasn't something I cared for. So, all right, here we go. Got to test my audio. That is the only thing. My wife's waving at me to probably not talk about Bad Bunny and the halftime show because so many people probably loved it and said it was wholesome and awesome, but it was not that for me. So I'm just keeping it real, keeping it 100. So she's going, no. Yeah. But that's just, I don't care for that style of music. I just, it's not me. The one halftime show that I loved is when Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, all them. That was the halftime show that I connected with, that I really enjoyed. It was like, my wife's like, I thought you were gonna cry. That's how much you enjoyed that halftime show. So just to give you perspective on what it is that I enjoy listening to, my style of music. I'm an old hip-hop head, somebody that loves old school hip-hop and things of that nature. And but yeah, I was looking for something different, I guess, with the halftime show. But the game's super interesting. I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it or hasn't watched it yet. It's on right now. And yeah, it's an interesting game. The commercials have been okay. I think they've been decent. Some of them are really funny. Some of them I didn't understand. Some of them are really creative. So yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts one cracked me up with all the old school television shows and then a mixture. Yeah, that one was kind of clever. But all right, what has been going on this week? Well, I started diving into the edit for the client that we shot the project with the cinema lenses that we have, and I'm starting to dive into that project. The project has got me at a standstill only because there are so many epic shots, and it's hard to they have a specific voiceover that they want to utilize, and the narrative of that voiceover, it's hard to jam pack all of this creamy buttery footage into the edit. So man, they are getting a B-roll package from us as well. We're supplying them with some B-roll footage that they can use for their socials as well. So the footage is going to get used, but compiling the main edit has got me kind of in a standstill right now because I'm trying to piece all these things together, and it can get very complicated. And especially when you're taking things too literal to the voiceover and you're trying to piece in things to fit the voiceover. So I might be taking it a little too literally, and I just need to step back, give it one good overall view, look at all the footage, and then just creatively start piecing it together like a puzzle. So that's where I'm at with the edit, and that's kind of where my last week's been. I got like 3 or 4 more edits knocked out last week. We had about 4 or 5 interviews that we had to shoot as well. So yeah, things have been clipping along at old SG. It's been nice. So, but yeah. And what else going? Friday, Leah has a homegirl in town. She's got her friend from Virginia, I think it is, DC, one of those areas. Virginia, Maryland, DC, they're all kind of close together. She's from one of those places, and she's been coming about once a month now and hanging out with Leah. And my wife, who is a Whatnot seller, that's the other thing. Yeah, my wife, who is a huge Whatnot seller on the platform, she just hit 30,000 followers on her channel, and so she's doing a 30,000K plus show tomorrow, which is super exciting. She's got some big giveaways that she's doing. But speaking of giveaways, Mr. Beast went live on Whatnot today and gave over $1 million worth of products, things from cars to money to gold, all kinds of cool things. And I hopped on there because my wife sent me the link. She's like, hop on and try to win some of this stuff, because you just swipe over to be entered into the giveaway, and then you have a chance to win whatever it is that they're giving away, which was super exciting. But we did not win because there was 500,000 people in his Whatnot show. That is insane. Like, you couldn't even, like, I struggled to even enter in some of the giveaways because he broke Whatnot. He broke the platform. They had to get it fixed so that they can do live auction sales, and it just wasn't working smoothly, but they got it to work, and it was really cool. I was actually pretty blown away by them going live, them giving away over $1 million worth of stuff just freely giving it away. It was really awesome. Somebody won a Lambo, somebody won an electric motorcycle by Harley, somebody won a gold bar worth like $175,000, like a trash can full of $30,000. People were just winning all kinds. And I felt bad because people were saying it was rigged, and it wasn't rigged. Like, you can just tell they were trying to do this huge show with 500,000 people jam-packed in this show, trying to enter these giveaways to win. And there was some technical difficulties. It happens. You're going to have these technical difficulties doing a production that large. And people were just saying, it's rigged, it's rigged. No, I really doubt it was rigged. But I was super impressed. I was super impressed by his generosity, and I was super impressed by the level of what they were doing. Had multiple cams going, and they had close-up cam, had wide cams, like the production side of things, what they did, I thought was pretty cool. That's what I want to do for my wife's show. Like, I want to run it at that level of production, which I think we can, and I think we can get it there. But it's just me being able to invest the time to do it. So yeah, let me make sure that my audio, I never checked my audio. I want to make sure. Go in here and check my audio real quick. I've been talking for a while and watch that my audio is bad. It's just me being able to invest the time to do it. So yeah, audio is good. Yeah. All right, back on track. My wife's, she's giving me a hard time about the whole Bad Bunny thing that I said I didn't like that show. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be derogatory towards him or the culture or whatever it was. You know, it's just not my, my flavor of music, man. That's just how it is, and it's okay. It's okay that I have a difference of opinion. We don't all have to like the same thing, and I respect the dude for doing what he was doing. That was probably the biggest show of his life, and it's an honor to be on that level, to be able to do that, but I don't have to like it. It's not so I'm not saying, yeah, I just didn't like it. That was my only opinion about the Super Bowl thus far, because the game's still going on, and I probably won't have an opinion about the game either, because I'm not a Patriots fan and I'm not a Seahawks fan. I'm an old school Vikings fan. Ragnar. Like, I've been a Vikings fan for so long, but I don't even watch football anymore. That's the thing. I've stopped watching football probably about maybe 8-10 years ago. I stopped. I was a heavy football watcher, bet on football. I was immersed in everything, playing fantasy football, listening to I can't even say his name. I listened to Mike and Mike in the mornings. Like, I used to rock to those things way back in the day. But Colin Cowherd, yeah, that's it. I used to rock to those things way back in the day, and I enjoyed football. Always watched it every week. Was immersed in it, and I was a huge Vikings fan. Loved the 1998 Vikings. They went 15-1, and then Gary Anderson, which was kind of funny as in one of the commercials, in the Super Bowl commercials. But anyway, Gary Anderson missed the field goal. Hadn't missed all season. And he missed. And it was so against the Atlanta Falcons. I was so sad. Thanks, David, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you hopping on and jumping on the chat. Why does this thing always go off? I'm moving that. I'm not dealing with that again. We're just going to get rid of you. All right, we solved that problem real quick. We just turned the bad boy off. It's my kid's iPad, and it just all of a sudden randomly will beep like that. I just don't get it. And it's only when I go live. It's only when it never does it all day long. As soon as I go live on YouTube, it beeps at me. It's so weird. They're listening. They're listening to me. But all right. Well, I'm glad the audio sounds fine. Thank you so much for hopping in and joining me on the live. I greatly appreciate you. Don't know if you're watching the Super Bowl right now. I don't even know if it's still going on. I sporadically was watching the game, but yeah. But what was I saying? Yeah, 1998 Vikings fan. Ever since then, like, been following them all through the years. I think I stopped watching football when Brett Favre was the quarterback of the Vikings, and again, we had an excellent season with him as a quarterback, and then we ended the season in Brett Favre fashion, where the pass was forced, I thought. I'm probably going to get in a lot of hot water with all these people, me giving my opinion about football games, but yeah, he forced it to me, and yeah, it was anyway. That season didn't fare well for us as well. And again, these are just my personal feelings towards these things. Please don't chop my head off because I feel a certain way about Bad Bunny or the Vikings or any other team out there. That's yeah, I'm not. I kind of stopped watching sports way back in the day. I'm actually more of a basketball fan than anything, but I don't even watch basketball. I love to play basketball. I had to stop playing basketball because I became a runner. And basketball is terrible for your joints and your back. Like, I was getting beat up because I was playing men's league and playing rec ball, playing men's league, and yeah, I threw out my back multiple times playing basketball and snapped my ankle, and I've had some things happen to me. So if I wanted to continue to be a decent runner, which I became a decent runner, I had to give up playing basketball. So, and from there, it's been 8 solid years that I haven't really watched or cared about sports. The only sport that I really enjoy, and I don't follow it as much, is running. It's kind of a weird sport to enjoy, but it's like, and this is how weird it is. And I'm kind of happy things are kind of falling into place, because I wanted to talk about this. As I'm getting ready, I've been in my training now for about 7-8 weeks, getting immersed into my training to train to run a 100-mile race. I've been geeking out on all of these documentaries on YouTube about 100-mile races and the Cocodona, and watched a really cool one today called The Kid, about Hans Troyer, this kid who's becoming a really, he's coming strong into the sport of running, and he's a young kid, and he's just killing it, and it's really cool to watch his progression. And the documentary is well done. I like how people capture these moments and then they follow them along and they tell the story. It's like a good documentary style filmmaking that I enjoy watching these things, but I'm also an avid runner and I can relate to a lot of these things. I've never ran a 100-mile race before. I've done 75 miles. It took me 14 some odd hours, which is really decent, but this was back when I was a beast. Like, I was running 100-mile weeks, for training, but I'm not anywhere near that now. So yeah, it's I've been geeking out on all these documentaries. Watched one on Cameron Hanes. He did the Cocodona 240, I think it was here. It was just posted a couple months ago, but that was a really cool documentary with him running that race. That's such a brutal, just to run 200 something miles. It's just insane. It's so cool. And this is where I like talking about some of the people I met in my running days when I was a runner and competitive. I got to run with Dean Karnassus. That dude is a legend. He ran 300 and some odd miles nonstop from like San Francisco all the way down to like Southern California somewhere, or Northern. I can't remember which direction he went, but the dude's amazing. I got to run with him, got to meet him twice, got to actually go to an event that we sat and had dinner together. He's a really cool dude, family man, really good dude. And I consider him, at the time when I was in the peak of my training, he was like one of the top runners that I admired. Then I got to meet Brian Sell, which is he was a beast, and Ryan Hall. Like, I got to meet all these guys. It wasn't like I got to hang out with them and go grab coffee with them or anything like that, but I got to meet them and connect with them. Met Bart Yasso. They call him the father of running. Like, all these cool people that I got to connect with, who I considered legends at the time I was immersed into my running career, I guess you could say, which was not anything substantial. I wasn't like a pro athlete or anything like that. I was heavily involved on a marathon team, and we got to connect with these people, and it was just really cool. So I got to meet this dude and listen to one of his talks. It's so classic. His name's Dick Beardsley, not a made-up name. This dude, he was giving a speech, and this is why I don't stretch ever. I don't ever stretch. I'm not a stretcher, and I'm sure I'm going to get flack for that too, maybe. I'm just bringing all the tea today and the drama with my burst of things that are supposed to be living in my head. But here's the thing. I do not stretch. I'm not a stretcher. I'm not going to fake like I stretch. I just don't stretch. And Dick Beardsley is an infamous runner. He had a showdown in the Boston Marathon, really epic showdown. But he said during his speech, he's like, I don't stretch. And I'm like, if this elite runner guy doesn't stretch, I'm not going to stretch. And I know stretching's probably good for some people. It's just, I don't like it, and I don't do it, and I don't want to do it. So, and I was telling that to my coach, and thought I was gonna get some pushback from him, like, and he said, dude, that's cool. You know, they have been doing scientific research on stretching, and it may not be as good for you as people are claiming that it is good for you, but I'm not saying that's what I've read. That's just what was said to me, and I agree. I agree 100%. Stretching doesn't do a damn thing for me, so I don't do it. But yeah, I probably should, and I definitely need to drink more water. So anyway, before my mouth gets me into any more trouble, let me think of anything else that's going on. No, I've been working on this soccer video for this guy and his young soccer team. They're like number 2 in the nation for their age. They're a youth soccer team, but they're like epic. These kids make it, man, they're playing kids that are like 2 to 3 years older than them and kicking their butts because they're just so well coached. They're so athletic. They're just these little guys that just run around, but they have what I call, I guess, what do you call it? They have technique, they have a skill set, and they execute very well, and they've been playing together for multiple years now, since there was little wee guys. Like, they're out there just killing it, and I'm putting together this soccer thing, and it's a lot of fun. So I did that last night. I had a shoot to film a bunch of the soccer games that they were doing last night, which was really cool. Watching these kids beat up kids that are like 2-3 years older than them. And the size comparison's just so funny because these guys are just these little guys, but man, they're just little wizards out there on the field. And I enjoy soccer. Soccer is a lot of fun. It's tough though, man. Playing soccer is tough. So, all right, what else? I think that's about it. And I don't want to get myself into any more trouble with my brain coming out. Things that I'm thinking about are just flowing down to the mouth and I'm spewing them out. Because my wife's over here just like shaking her head at me. But yeah, let's go. Let's get into my YouTube analytics, because if you're new to the channel and if you happen to be watching this later on, my name's Jason. I create YouTube content, but I'm a videographer, editor at a marketing agency as well. And I just love YouTube. I love creating, and I go live every Sunday, pretty much have diarrhea of the mouth. Just share whatever I'm feeling or whatever it is I want to talk about. And I do that every Sunday. And then we dive into the back end of my YouTube and we just see how the channel is progressing. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I did have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers. I did not meet that goal, but I'm still moving towards it. It just may not happen when I want it to happen, and that's okay, because I'm still going to create content. I'm still going to go live on YouTube, and I'm still going to share all the information with you guys, because how I feel is you guys help grow the channel. So I want to share what the channel's doing with all of you as well. So that's kind of my thoughts on all this. And it doesn't matter if I become a big YouTube guy, which I don't have any desires to be a giant YouTube person, or if I stay the way that I am. I'm always going to continue to do this. So with that being said, let's go ahead. I do have a little bit of a setup here, and let me just switch. Let me minimize this, and then I'm able to like switch. Yeah, or no, this channel. Yep, there we go. And oh no, all right, let me go back. I forgot to, let me plug in. I forgot, man, rookie. I remember the first time I did a live stream. Here I am thinking I was all set up, and I'm not set up. I forgot to hook in. HDMI cable. Rookie moves, man. Rookie moves. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Alright. I feel like an amateur hour right now. Here we go. Let's go. Let's dive into this thing. Does this now? Yay! Alright. Let me minimize this because I don't want to freak anybody out with that Inception thing. And then I'll minimize that. So, real quick, let's hop over here, turn that on, move that to the bottom. Alright, so real quick, I just want to share my wife's Whatnot channel. So, here's my wife's Whatnot. Her name's Uplift and Thrift. Very clever name, I like it. She is a premier shop seller. It takes a little bit to get to that, and you got to maintain like a 5-star rating, and this is how many goods she sold, and this is how many followers she has. And she goes live Monday through Friday from 4:30 a.m. until usually around 7:38, and she does that Monday through Friday. She sources throughout the week as well. This is her business, and she is a boss. She is killing it, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm excited that she's having this big show, 30K follower show tomorrow. So if you're interested in some giveaways, and a lot of people don't even know what Whatnot, now that I think Mr. Beast went live on his Whatnot, it kind of probably brought some eyes to Whatnot now. She's been at the game for almost 2 years now, so yeah, super proud of her. But she's killing it. She's going live Monday through Friday, 4:30 in the morning. But here's the thing, it's not it's all women's clothing, so I don't have a lot of women that view my content. But if you happen to view it and you want to share it with your wife who are looking for premium clothing, she sells everything from Free People to Farm Rio to things I don't even know about. Things that she stays immersed into women's fashion, especially on the premium clothing side, and she's pretty much got an eye for it, and that's how she's built her business. So if you have a wife or girlfriend or a mom or a sister or whoever is looking for inexpensive premium clothing, check out my wife's show, Monday through Friday, Uplift and Thrift on Whatnot, and give her a follow. That's so awesome that she's grown her business like this. And yeah, I'm proud of her, and she's amazing. So, all right, let's dive into some YouTube. All right, here we go. YouTube analytics. Let's go. Here's me looking like a goof. And then I want to go to YouTube Studio. All right. And then we want to go to analytics. Here we are. All right, here's what the channel's done in the last 28 days. I've gotten 16,000 views, 131 watch hours, and 21 new subscribers. So that's what I like to do. I like to go ahead and give you an overcap of what the channel's done in the last month. But I also like to compare this week to the previous week, just so you guys can stay current on what's happening with the channel. In order to do that, I have to go up here and customize the view, drop down customization, and then I do it from yesterday to this past week, and I hit apply. And this is what the channel's done this week. Big numbers for a channel like me. This is pretty big. It's double than what I normally get, pretty much on average for a week. Normally my weeks are from 2,000 to 3,000. That's an average for me. So having something like 6,000 views this week was pretty dang awesome. Yay! That's exciting. And then 50 watch hours, which is amazing. And then I got 6 new subscribers. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what this week's did. Let's compare it to the previous week. In order to do that, I have to go up to advanced mode up here. And then I have to go to add comparison right here. And then I have to go to period over period. Hit add. So now we're comparing this week to the previous week. This week is blue. The previous week is purple. So this week I got 6,300 views. The previous week I got 4,446. Yeah. All right. And then this is all the content that equals the views. This is what everybody watched for that week, and this is what everybody watched for that week. So watch hours or views, watch hours, and subscribers. Now I'm going to watch hours. 50 watch hours this week. The previous week I got 29.6. So yeah, big uptick for some channel like the channel I have. That's pretty big numbers for me. And then I go subscribers. So the previous week I got 7 subscribers. This week I got 6. So I've been getting a chunk of subscribers here lately, which is freaking awesome. That is exciting. I am excited about it. And if you happen to be one of the new subscribers, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you. I appreciate the new subscribers, and I appreciate the subscribers who have been rocking with me for quite some time. So somebody's car alarm is going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that. All right, let's go ahead and geek out on a couple other things. That's all I like to compare from this week to the previous week. But there are some things that I like to look at and geek out on. And let's go ahead and remove comparison and just dive into some other cool stuff. I like looking at geography. Where is everybody tuning in from? We got United States, India, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Canada, Turkey, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Yemen, Pakistan, Germany. Yeah, that's so cool. Worldwide, baby. That is a big spectrum. That is amazing. That just fires me up right there. And yeah, that just tickles me pink. Tickles me pink. I don't know what I was gonna say there, but it's probably something not appropriate. All right, here we go. Let's dive into let's go into viewer age is the other thing I like to look at. Here we are. This is a big spectrum too. We got 18 to 24 year olds all the way to 65 plus. That's awesome. The biggest one of the pie is 25 to 34 year old. And then, yeah, that's amazing. That's pretty cool. That's dope. So that is the only one missing is the 13 to 17 year olds. But for the most part, I hit every age demographic with my content, which is super cool, minus the 13 to 17 years old. So that is males watching my content, and 23% are females. So those females that are watching, if you're looking for premium clothing, go. I'm plugging my wife. Go. You know, I want her to shine. That's all I care about is go watch her whatnot shows. It's super early in the morning. This is Arizona time. She goes live at 4:30 Arizona time. East Coast, I think that's like 7 in the morning, 6, 7 in the morning. East Coast time. West Coast, it's like an hour difference. So yeah, Whatnot's pretty dope. She's killing it. But anyway, that is a demographic of male to female viewership, which is pretty cool to look at. And then, what else do I like to look at? All right, device type, always mobile phone. 5,000 views from a mobile phone. So mobile phone to me will always be the king of the hill on this thing, because most people watch content on their phone. I even watched most of the Super Bowl this year on my phone. My wife was here, and this is our little family room right here. I have a TV that's in front of me, and so her and her friend watched the game here in the halftime show. I was getting the kids ready. I had the game and the halftime show on when I was doing that. And then we have another family room in there that they were watching the rest of it on. But once I went live, they kind of, once I started talking bad about Bad Bunny, my wife got out of here so fast. She was like, no. I have nothing against the dude. I just want to make that clear. I know nothing about the man. I don't listen to his music. I'm sure I heard songs of his and stuff, but yeah, let it go, Jason. Let it go. I kind of feel bad now. I don't feel bad. I'm allowed to feel the way I feel about the music I listen to and what I enjoy watching, and that was not it for me. And that's all right, let's hop into what else. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all. Oh, the operating system. I'm an Apple fanboy. I would love for Apple to take the top spot, but I just don't see that happening. It's been Android. Yep, killing it. Android's always on top. Android, appreciate you Android users that are watching my content. You guys rock. Even though I'm an Apple fanboy, I rock everything Apple. So, all right. So that's it. The other thing that I kind of like to get into is what people were watching during this week. So these are the top dang, this video. Other time during the week or anything. I kind of have an idea that things are popping off because I get all these notifications that flag that tell me that, oh, somebody liked your stuff or you got a new subscriber or whatever. So I kind of had an idea that this week was going to be pretty big, but this video keeps surprising me. Am I at 40,000 with this video yet? Oh, look at that. That is so freaking awesome. 40,000. Well, not quite. It says 40 here, but it says 39,998. So 40K people have watched this video. I've gotten 300 watch hours just from that. Feels awesome. Just feels good that many views and watch hours and subscribers just from one video. And yeah, that is so cool. What other videos? So filming live, diving into Yorgos. Yeah, speaking of Yorgos, I think the Super Bowl commercial that Emma Stone was in during the Super Bowl was actually directed and filmed by Yorgos. I'm not 100% sure. I think I read something about that. I didn't get to watch it. It was on, but I didn't hear it, and I think I'm going to go back and watch that one because I'm a huge Yorgos fan and Emma Stone fan, and I want to check out that commercial and see if it was that way. All right, here we go. These are the other videos that popped off. Does this one have like 2,000 views yet? What? 4,000 views? That video popped off too. Dang. That is so cool. 7 subscribers from that video. That is awesome. Yeah, these are older videos for me, and they're actually doing really well. This one too, man, that's cool. That's like inspiring to me. I pretty much say it every week. Just some of these older videos are getting some real estate thing kind of like take off, like this thing. The sound effects and all. Yeah, that's so cool. All right, here we are. That's pretty much all the content that everybody viewed this week, which is really cool. Big one, this one again. That one's killing my channel, man. It's like eating up some real estate there, getting the views. So, and that video took me rarely. Me rambling. But yeah, that's so cool. And it was like just me talking about my camera and some gear that I used to capture, like, because I was pretty much what I was doing at that time. And this was back in 2024, so almost 2 years ago. I was vlogging pretty much every single day. I did it for like 3.5, 4 months. I did a video every single day, and I was just capturing me just doing what I was doing in the day, and it was just one of those things. So I thought, in the chat, I apologize if I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see my chat right now, so please forgive me if you're saying anything and I'm not responding. I just want to put that precursor out there that I'm not doing that intentional. I can't see my chat. So, all right, let's escape out of here. Let me just go back to my channel and pop it open. Maybe let me get out of this. Because most people, I don't get a lot of people in my lives at the moment, which is totally awesome. A lot of people actually watch it later on because I probably go live late in the grand scheme of things, and I don't have a big channel, so it makes sense that not a lot of people hop in my lives. But for the people that do, like David, thank you so much, man, for hopping in. Greatly appreciate you. That's pretty much all I have. I don't know what else to talk about unless anybody else has anything that they want to talk about. But that's pretty much a wrap on me and what I've been going through this past week. Other than that, hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. And with that being said, that's a wrap. I will catch you guys on the next one. Yeah. Did I end it? I hit stop.